Very good evening to everyone. Welcome to the day 19 session. Very good evening to everyone. Welcome to the day 19 session. Good evening to all. Welcome to the day 19 session. So yesterday I have asked about the question that is about deep learning types, what we are using, the neural network models what we are using for the LLM designing part. Please try to give the answer. In between we will discuss in a chat box who are keeping the messages. Kanalvel, good evening. Muktadar sir, good evening. Vaishnavi ma'am, good evening. Bharat sir, good evening. Shiva sir, good evening. Alam Khan, good evening. Kamraj Pandyan sir, good evening. Mohan, good evening. Pradeep Kumar, good evening. Manavalin, good evening. Sri Krishna, good evening. Shiva, good evening. Shanti, good evening, good evening. Menaka, good evening. Bridge IT, okay. Good evening. Please try to keep the message in chat box. About for the yesterday's question, I have asked about yesterday one question that is about types of neural network, what we are using here. Sushma, good evening. Yeah, say your requirement. Mahaselvam, good evening. Swati, good evening. Samira, good evening. Kumar, good evening. Kalpana Selva Kumar, good evening. Manmeet, very good, nice. LSTM GAN model discussed yesterday, very good, nice. Yeah. So I'm getting answer very fastly from the Manmeet, but that's very nice. Josel, good evening. Surekha, good evening, ma'am. So Mahaselvam, good evening. Goat, good evening. Yeah, good evening. So please try to keep the answer for the yesterday's question. We discussed about what are the neural network models, means the deep learning models what we are using here. Gautami, LSTM and GAN, very good, nice. I got two answers, Manmeet and Gautami. So please try to keep the messages for the answer for yesterday's question. Yesterday's question purpose I already discussed with you people. Just please proceed. Bola, good evening. Vidya Kalyani, good evening. I expected Vidya Kalyani also. Very good, nice. That is okay. Actually, GPT is not like a deep learning model. That is a transformer model actually. So in a neural network, what we have discussed yesterday, that were models. Okay, in LLM, what you are having all LLM models. I think in day 3 or 4 we discussed about the LLM part, LLM parameters. So before LLM parameters, I told you what LLM types of models also. So in that we are having the transformers. In the transformers only we are creating a GPT BERT model. What is that? Bloom, Electra, T5 model. These models are related to the LLM models, not exactly with the deep learning. That are LLM with transformer type. In LLM you are having the deep learning models also. That is about neural network, RNN, LSTM. Yes, fine. Okay, Shiva, very good, nice. Josil, okay, fine. Sushma Singh, write a Python program to check number is even or not. So actually this is not a basic of Python programming concept here. This is about the prompt engineering. If you want to do like that, so we are having the two options. So we can go through with the for loop condition and while loop condition, and in that you can take any of 1 to 10 digit like a starting to ending number you can take, and you can give the condition. If number by 2 equal to 0, then it will be the even, otherwise else it's not even number, like that you can take. Any other questions? Any other answers? Any other questions? Any other answers? Hari Prasad, good evening. Bola, good evening. Yeah, any other questions and any other answers about the neural network models, means the deep learning models? Please try to keep the message in chat box about your requirements. What is the structure of the LLM? So the structure of the LLM is nothing but, so we have to build any type of text based requirement models what we are having. So that purpose we have to use this LLM part, right? So if you want to use that particular type of the LLM models, so you have to take first training process you are having, and the fine tuning process also you can take in a structure of the LLM. So structure of the LLM, if you want to train, because sometimes the LLM models also you have to train. So first you have to take the data set and pre-processing, and later you have to split off the data. Then you should select any of neural network model or transformer model or variational autoencoder model. Then finally you can get the training of the information. So that will be about the training process of structure of the LLM. If you want to take exactly how we are using LLM structure for our concept, like with the prompt engineering or something, how we can take means there, simply you have to load your model. Okay, so after that you have to do the pre-process of your model. Then later you have to select your type of LLM model, that may be GPT or what is it, BERT model and DeFi model, any BART model, and any type of the model, CNN neural network models, like that you have to select, and finally you will get the evaluation of the output process. Hope it will be clear. So actually, okay Josil, for agricultural leaf disease identification purpose, we can use the prompt engineering, but it's not like only for disease identification. If you want to go through with the disease identification, so normal classification is enough, no need to go through with the prompt engineering. So why we are using the prompt engineering is nothing but, so it will be generating of our output information, what are you giving the input to the prompt. So that may be any type of the prompt what we are daily using the prompts in that particular area. So we have to give some input, based on that it can try to generate any type of the output. So the classification is also possible, but that is very basic information, no need to go through with the prompt engineering. If you are taking the prompt engineering with the disease identification, it may generate the new information with the suggestions, something and all like that. Manjula, good evening. Ashrit, good evening. Sandeep, good evening. Monica, good evening. Okay, yeah, then fine. Dibakar, good evening. Then we will start the session for today. So today our day 19 session for the Prompt Engineering Masterclass. So today we are just going through with the any type of text rewriter using the prompt blocks. Means here we have to use the text rewriter that may be formal or informal based. So we have to proceed. So that will be, we are discussing in day 19, that will be the week 3 based. And here we have to go through with the requirement of formal informal text rewriter using the prompt blocks. Means what? So yesterday we have seen one application that is about text summary based. In the same manner we have to follow some particular requirements, but here we have to do the rewriting process. So you want to give on some particular content, that you have to do the rewriting process. Actually we are having the rewrite articles, but sometimes you want to get much more times you want to ask means, or you want to ask your text rewriter content, I need like this means, it's not possible there. There simply you have to apply your content, you should get the output content, that's it. We don't have the option with some particular suggestions, I need the rewriting process is like this only, so it's not possible there. Okay, so that purpose what you want to do means, you have to follow some particular requirements. So some particular steps you have to follow, that is only we are going through with our prompt engineering. So you can see, if you want to do the formatting of this particular text rewriter, first we should start with the basic introduction of the text rewriter. So what is the meaning of the text rewriter? Simply, you are having already input text that you have to rewrite again. For example, if I said some particular sentence, so that particular sentence you have to give in your own thought, and that not like already available. So it should generate with the new formation of the sentence from the olden sentence. So it won't be available from the old information. Like that we have to do the rewriting process. Sometimes my name is Lakshmi means I can go through the myself Lakshmi. So means we have to adjust our keywords in a proper way with different type of words. For example, myself or my name is a little bit same only, right? But the sentence formation will be the different. So you have to adjust the text with the better text keywords. That is only you are saying it as a text rewriter. As per the definition, tools that transform text between formal and informal tones using the structure of the AA prompts. Means here we are using these particular text rewriter purpose, different type of the prompts along with the transformers, so that may be formal or informal information. And coming to the next step, so let us know about this particular text rewriter, what it can do. It can help to adapt the communication style to suit the professional or casual context. So simply you can see, so you have to submit your some particular paper to submit particular client. So you just copied and pasted, you just given that particular content as per your requirement, you did some modifications. Maybe the sentence formation is not correct. Okay, if the sentence formation not correct, if it is correct also, maybe some words are not suitable to your meaning of the particular sentence. So like that, having some little bit critical situations in that particular paper format, or whatever you're taking the report, what you can do, so that information you can take that particular content, maybe para by para, so you can cut it and you can use the rewritable tools previously, but now that information we are using in a prompt based. So what we can do means, that particular sentence you have to take and you should give to the prompt. What it can do means, you want to give some particular instructions and suggestions in a downside. So I am giving this particular sentence, I need to get the text rewriting process with for the professional purpose, because I'm submitting this report to the company. So like that you have to go. Otherwise this conversation, I don't want to go through with the critical words, I need like a casual conversation, means informal based. So like that you can try. So that is only we can call it as text rewriter with the type of the prompts we are using. So these purpose I am taking here with some particular requirement. So here I am just going some particular requirements, whatever I need. Okay, so I'm just going through with this particular GPT, and here I'm just giving some particular content what I'm having, that is about Python based I'm asking. Okay, so I'm asking here Python theory. Okay, so here I got some particular Python theory. Anything. So example purpose, I'm having this particular content, I'm just giving this particular content, I'm just copying it, and here I'm asking to the prompt. This is the prompt, right? So here I'm pasting, I need this content with rewriting with less plagiarism, and don't take content from any websites. Then I'm asking like that, what it's showing here is your content rewritten is more original and plagiarism free. Means plagiarism free is nothing but if the plagiarism is very high, some percentage of 20 or 30 for your particular content of report, so definitely what is the meaning of that? So we have gathered that content maybe from different type of sites what you are seeing, so that I want to remodify with a meaningful sentence, and it should be clarity and less of plagiarism. So that is only keeping the meaning intact while improving the flow and clarity. So here like this it's giving. Okay, so this is the meaning of, if you want to go, I can also make the shorter and more engaging of the versions with the social media, more academic version. So this is only I'm asking with the formal based, professional based I want to get. Okay, so I need in a professional I'm asking. So here I'm asking, I need this content for professional. Okay, or normal or formal also we can use. So what is doing? So here the written, professional and low plagiarism version of the content. So it's trying to give the critical words, because professional is nothing but the word should be professional, not like a hey how are you like that. Okay, so it will be some particular requirements it can follow. Now I'm asking not a professional, I need casual based. Casually how we are discussing in that particular manner, I need casual manner, I need. So now you can see the difference will be there. Got it? You want to some points with the casual and original tones, so that it should sound but less textbook like. It's not like a critical words, it should be as like a normal words, easy pickup. So here you are having, you can see the first option how it's look like. So simple and beginners friendly is nothing but it's like professional words. Here you can see these are like regular words what we are using. Okay, so that is the meaning of thing when you are going through with the formal and informal of your text rewriting content. So previously we have used like rewrite articles, we are having so many type of rewriting articles. Okay, so rewrite articles we are having. A rewrite article is nothing but if you are copying and pasting, then you will get some particular rewrite content. Here you can paste your content, so as per that you will get the content in that side. So here I'm just taking the particular content, here I'm pasting, but I can't paste more also sometimes. You can see it's possible only some particular words. So if I'm doing like that, basic rewrites it can do and you will get the process. So it's not like that if you're taking here, so you're having so many of advantages compared with the normal tools to here. But if you're taking the money based and some particular requirement based, that will be the different. So that may be a possibility there with the prompt, but here we don't have the options, I need like this only, I need like this only, I can't ask, right? But here in these particular prompts whatever you created with some background of the LLM models with a different type of the prompts, it's easy for you to gather the content more. So that purpose or requirement we have to follow. So that is only we are just discussing in this particular introduction part. Hope you understand this one, how the rewrite article is working for the prompt based. So what will be the problem statement? I said about the definition, then why we want to discuss about the problem statement? Because without problem statement of the use case, we won't go through for the main objective, means the application wise to what we are doing today, a concept, right? So what will be the problem statement? Basically what we are getting the problems, people struggle to quickly rephrase the text to match the audience expectations. So means what? For example, I'm having some particular content. So who are seeing that particular content, they have to satisfy with my content. So even if I submitted my report to the company, so they have to satisfy with my words. Okay, so how they will see, if you're working for the company, and definitely they will see some particular words should be a professional. So it's like a casual discussion, means they'll think like, okay, they are not focusing on a particular content what we are giving the report about some particular product. They're not satisfying me because the words are not suitable as like a professional. So otherwise they'll think like it should not be that much impact. The regular words we can't give for the companies. Okay, so at the time we'll get some particular type of the problems. So that purpose, sometimes we have to rephrase. It's nothing but the paraphrasing we have to use. So that is only text rewriting we have to use. So what is the main problem statement means? So that is only the people are struggling with that rewriting process. Even you can see sometimes previously you're having the options, simply you have to see one particular sentence, and based on that particular sentence we have to rewrite some particular content. So the type of the problems we are getting, and even we are having the rewrite articles in our present days, but it's not possible to ask as per requirements. That purpose, this problem statement will be applied here. So these problem statement we are rectifying as per a use case. So that is I'm saying with my objective, what I can do, because to reduce those type of the problems in a problem statement of the use case. So how I'm taking that use case of my problem statement, how I'm reducing this type of the problem is because of I'm having some particular main motto, main planning will be there. Based on that I have to follow, and I'm having the planning, I'm having the flow chart, I'm having one idea about it. So that purpose I have to take. So then I can reduce those type of the problems. That purpose here I am using to create an AI powered solution that rewrite text into the desired tone instantly. So here what I am doing, I am taking this AI powered solutions is nothing but like I am taking here this particular prompt engineering based. I'm selecting some different type of the prompt along with the different type of the LLM model, or any type of text generation based models, that may be GPT, BERT model, BART model, or you can take T5 model, because these models are related to the LLM models only. That will be applicable for LLM models only for the text based applications. You can do any type of requirements for the applications of the text based generation, right? So that purpose, these requirements I can work for my requirement. What having the problem, I can rectify those problem because of selection of these particular models what I have with me. So that is our main objective. Now you can see what will be the system architecture if you are taking this particular content. So what is the system architecture? So here I am taking the system architecture is like this. Okay, so here I am just giving my input, means what I'm having some particular text like this. I just want to give my text input, and the user input will connect with the type of the prompt. In that particular type of the prompt, it can check what is the particular type of the requirement along with the type of the AI LLM model also, and finally it can rewrite, and it can give that may be formal or informal. You can see based on this particular requirement, formal is nothing but what, so it should be as like a process, and informal is nothing but it's a regular conversation type, right? So like that you have to satisfy the human requirements because of the prompt based. So that is only I'm giving here the system architecture. Coming to the conclusion and the future scope of this particular content. So what I'm trying to say, the main motto of this concept is what? I just want to do the rewrite. So we are having the articles, compare with the articles. If you're taking the prompt, I can give some some instructions and some context content with the examples, then definitely it can work for us in a better way compared with the normal tools. So that is our main motto of the conclusion of the concept. What is the future scope? So that may be available with very huge amount of the data I can get for the output, because some more data we can't take sometimes. That will be possible, huge amount of the data maybe I can do in a future, and I can get any type of text rewrite content with a plagiarism checking everything I can get here in a future way. So that is I'm saying here the future scope what I'm having. So now I want to take the task that should be application based on text rewriter using the prompt engineering. So now we are just discussing discussion is going on about the text rewriter using the prompt engineering. Then we can see that particular application here. Then we can understand how it's going exactly. So these particular purpose. Now I want to go through with the part of my Google Colab. First, if you want to start this, then you can go to the Google Colab. Then you can select your Google Colab and you just want to create. So here I have already the particular content. I am just trying to open it. That's it. Then we can proceed with this particular requirement with the explanation and all. Then finally we can see the output results for it. So before going to the output results, so I should tell about this particular requirements what I am doing. So I just want to follow here some particular requirement. So what is the particular requirement here? So today my use case will be, so I just want to go through with the my use case text rewriter using a prompt engineering. We can also do without prompt engineering. What will be the difference? I told you already and I shown you already with the example in ChatGPT, right? So now I can show you the steps what you want to do. The first one, you want to do the installation of libraries, because the installation is very important. So actually in real world you don't want to do the installation of the library something and all. Just you can see only the user interface. But here we are not only users. We are trying to build something. That's why we have to go through with the installation of the libraries. Then later we have to import libraries. So after completion of these, definitely we have to install the libraries. Coming to the next step, you have to load your models. Whatever you're having the load models, that may be with pipelining or without pipelining, that is our requirement. Now I want to start my requirement process. Load input text or input to text file or any type of the information. From the video also you can extract. So the process everything we can see. So coming to the next one, then what it can do? Pre-process we have to do by using of NLP. Definitely it should be there. Wherever you having the requirement in the text, definitely we have to follow this requirement. And coming to the next step will be select a type of prompt. Prompt with LLM model. Then finally you will see the output. Output with rewrite text. That may be professional or casual, means formal or informal. Professional or casual. So these are the requirements if you want to get the output. So these purpose what I have to follow exactly. So that purpose I'm just going to my content and we know already what we are discussing. So first one by one library we have to discuss and later we can see the output for it. Okay. So now we will see the output about this particular content. Yeah. So now you can see the first step we have to install the libraries. What is the libraries? If you want to install the libraries in a Colab or Jupyter notebook, the exclamatory symbol is very important. So pip install, I'm just going with the transformers, accelerate, torch and sentence space and as well as Gradio for the user interface. Coming to the next, that is only we have given here. So now after installing the libraries, we have to follow some particular requirements. So what is that particular requirements? I just want to import my libraries, import Gradio as a GR and from the transformers import pipeline. So means I have to follow these particular requirements. So Gradio for the user interface, we know that, and transformers importing of the pipeline that we have to follow. So this is the process what I want to do. Now what I want to do means the coming to the next step after completion of this one. So I just want to go through with the starting of my process. So installation completed, importing of libraries completed, then later in a third step you have to load your models. So I'm just here loading the models with a variable name as rewriter. In this particular variable I'm just taking the pipelining from the transformer library. So why we are using the transformers? For the purpose of loading of LLM models. Okay, don't think like if you are discussing the prompt engineering, we are discussing about the Generative AI, if we are discussing about the neural network, we are discussing about the LLM models, we are discussing about the transformer model, means that is not out of the prompt engineering. If you know all these requirements, then only is possible to construct the prompt based engineering. Okay, so that's why the every requirement we should know. It's not about out of the requirement, it's like inside of the model only. Okay, you want to be a prompt engineering, you should aware of all those things. Because why? So we are using that particular requirements daily, you are seeing. Okay, so daily we are using the LLM models, means what is the use of that? So definitely the LLM model came from the generative AI only. That LLM models we are calling to here for the prompt engineering, for the background purpose. To designing purpose you have to select the type of the prompt. So that's why everything is important when we are discussing. So please go through ahead. Don't think like why we are using the LLM models and all. Okay. So now I'm just going through the pipelining process. In this pipelining process, I'm taking text to text generation based type of the prompt, and along with that prompt I'm selecting my model will be Google Flan T5 Lodge. So we have seen like a translation purpose and text generation purpose, and we can take BERT model, okay, T5 model, and Google BART model, BART, two will be there. So like the T5 model, any type of model we can take. So from where we are taking? Mostly from the Hugging Face only. So you can see this Hugging Face website, whether we are getting this particular model or not, or any related models will be there, we can check. So now we are checking this model, right? So later we can try to go through with the remaining models. We'll try it one by one. Okay, so that model I have called here. Then later what I am doing, I want to start my input. So installing completed, importing completed, and loading of model completed. Now I want to take text rewrite input content, then pre-process, then later type of the models what I am taking the pipeline, then finally I want to get the results. That purpose I am giving here formal prompt. Rewrite the following contents and ensuring that grammar or proper grammar. Then the text you have to take. Then next informal prompt also you're taking. Now you're taking the defining function to get the output what we are discussing. The fourth point, I think so, the last point what we are discussing. Okay, that I want to keep here defining function. Why I am keeping the defining function? Because these defining function, when you are creating the user interface, there you have to call. Because to get the output, because here itself you can't give your output, you can't get the output, right? So that's why you have to create this defining function. Here you have to give, then there we are just entering your input, then you have to get the output. That output you have to show in this output text. That purpose you have to follow. So here I have given text comma style, which type you need. If not, text dot tip means you're not entering any text, please enter the some text, like that it will show. So if the style is formal, then it will take formal prompt dot text is equal to dot. Otherwise it will take informal prompt dot format. What is the meaning of the format in a Python language? So it can concatenate the numbers with some particular requirements. We are having already the format. Concatenation we are having. Otherwise we have to convert one type of data type into the another type of the data type. Otherwise we can use the dot format. So then later I am taking the rewriter with my input to prompt. The maximum length will be 200. Number of return sequences and temperature is equal to 0.7. Why we want to use this generator or temperature and all? Why we want to use this particular maximum length tokens, everything? Because if you want to build a prompt based as a prompt engineering, you have to take type of the prompts, then LLM types. In that LLM types you have to take the parameters, right? So the everything is very important when you're going through with it. But based on a requirement, we have to call the what is it, or parameters and all. So then later you are just going through the output. What is the meaning of this? Whatever you're loading your input, That input you have to check with your model of the pipelining what you're having. Okay, then final result output you will get the generated text. This is about the coding part. Now you can see the user interface. What is my user interface? So here I am taking with gr.blocks, theme is equal to gr.themes, blue color I am taking, and secondary color will be the purple color, and here I am giving some particular text name as highlight text name, formal, informal text rewriter. Downside I am giving as like a professional or casual like that, and some next you can go through with some particular requirement whatever you need. Now I am taking from the Gradio I am taking formal or informal. Choose style, which one you need you can choose. So for example, if you are taking the formal or informal anything, the text you have to enter. Then after entering, this is the keyword. Upside you can see enter your text, and downside you can see the box, right? That box, inside of the box in a background it will show type or paste or your text here. Then you have to paste some text. So that is the text box, that is input text box. We can see here two type of text boxes, input text box and what are you getting the output text box. In middle we can see one type of the button to click. Whenever you are entering some particular text there, if you are clicking on this button along with your model it should connect, and final output it could show in a output box, right? So that purpose here I am taking the input box. Then I later after taking the input box, what I need to do, I want to take my button, because here when I enter some particular text, then I want to connect one button to that particular text. If I am clicking on that button, definitely where it should go to get the output, to rewrite of defining function with my input, I want to get my output because of output text box is equal to rewritten of the text. So like that. So input you have to enter, output you have to get because of clicking on the button. You are clicking on the button, it's not getting the output. If you are clicking on that button, then it can go to this defining function. At the time you are calling the defining function, then it will check formula, informal. Based on that it can check all those requirements, and whatever you loading the pipelining process with the LLM model type and as well as prompt type, then you will get the output. So this is the whole process. So installing, importing, loading models, and the creation of defining function to get the output, and you have to go through with the Gradio user interface. Now what I am doing, I am executing this one. So if you are executing, and definitely it should load. So I'll just take manage sessions. That will be the better. We can see 0.83 GB it's taking. Okay, now I'm just starting the execution process. If you started execution, what you can see, the installation you can see, the later loading of model files you can see. After that you can see one particular link to get the output. Then if you are clicking on the output, then you will get the output. That is the process what we are following, right? So if it is completing, then today I will show you again just what is the recall purpose. I will show you how to create the API key. Okay, so then I will take one small coding part, then I will show you directly from the GPT will take, and we can show that particular theory coding content. So tomorrow parallelly with normal coding, with the API coding also we can do. So wait for the results, it's taking the time to run. Just please wait for the result. Then we can see the output results what we need. Just try to observe what you are getting the output. Okay, don't worry about why we are getting the output, how we are getting the output. Just see. Okay, now you can see loading the models, and here you can click on this button. Here you can see you're having the option. I'm taking here some particular content, anything I can take. Python 10 lines paragraph. Okay, I'm taking this particular paragraph, and here I'm keeping, here you can see formula, informal. So I'm keeping here formal, and here I'm just clicking on the rewrite. Now you can see this is one type text input purpose button, and you have to see here output purpose. So here you're having the formal and informal. Anything you can select, which type of style you need, you have to select that style. So we can see the output process what we are having. So it's getting the output, but in middle I want to show one process. Okay, so like if you want to go through with the API keys, so here I want to take the API key from the Gemini or any other one like ChatGPT. So here I'm taking OpenAI API key, and we know already in a second I think we have created, right? So here you can see OpenAPI API key you can take, and here you can take the API key process. Okay, so here you are having the API keys, then you can go through with the API keys. You have to create your own API keys. Just go to the dashboard, there you can see the API key option. Just click on the API key. Again I'm saying go to the API key, open API key, then there you can go to the API keys, then exactly you are having the dashboard, click on it, then later you can select your API key. So example here I'm something, just to create the API key. This API key you have to copy. Now in downside, if you are starting any coding part, here I'm just keeping that API key. Okay, later this API key we can use for coding part, but in between we can see the results. Yeah, it's coming low. Okay, we'll wait for some particular time because it's trying to take to get this. So here yeah, you can see the output result. So it's trying to change the modification of this content. Okay, the same content I am taking, but I am selecting now informal. So here I am trying to give. Now you can see the rewriting of option. Previously it's a formal, now you can see informal based. Okay, just please try to go through with this formal and informal text rewriter. That's all for today. Hope you can understand the session, and we have created the API key, and definitely for the tomorrow purpose, parallelly normal coding part along with the API key, then both we can check it. Okay, so that's all for today, and having any doubts, please try to keep the message in chat box. Thank you all. Attendance link already posted. again I'm saying here, just please go through the content. Okay, so definitely the attendance link will be provided after 6:30, that may be 6:40 or 6:50. Okay, so no problem, no need to worry about it. Okay, so you can go through with that. Yeah, thank you Bharat sir, Manjula, thank you. Yeah, thank you all people. Having any doubt, just keep a message in chat box here. Otherwise, that's all for today. Just we'll see the output for these also. For the second one also we can see. So it's taking just little bit time because it should rewrite the content, right? That purpose it's taking. Let us see for the result. Just wait for the result, then we can see the output result. Yeah, that's all for today. Having any doubts, just keep the message in chat box in between, we can discuss. So I will try to check the tomorrow's requirement, and tomorrow we are discussing about text cleaner using prompt chains. Okay, so tomorrow we are just going through the text cleaner using prompt chains. So that purpose I should ask one question. Okay, so tomorrow I need answer for two questions. What is difference between zero shot and one shot prompting? Okay, so I just posted a tomorrow question. Why I'm asking means we have to select a different type of prompts with the API keys tomorrow onwards. That's why just please go through ahead. And Jitendra, Superman, thank you all. Thanks for joining the session. Please like, share and do the comment, and just share the information who are searching for the prompt engineering. Yeah, now you can see the output result. Okay. So previously it's about the formal, now it's about the informal. So like that you will get the process of this particular information. That's all for today. Thank you all. Thank you Tony Claude. Good evening. Okay, once again thanks to all people. Yeah, hope we can leave the session happily. Just please stay tuned for the next class. Thank you. Yeah, definitely we'll tell about the tomorrow. Okay, no need about the Tony Cloud, we'll discuss about it, about blog based. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Good evening, Nagendra Kumar. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Let's just wait for a few minutes so that everyone can join and we can start the session, day 5 session of our masterclass AI-driven business, zero code business tools. Good evening, Maniraj, JHE. Good evening, sir. And good evening, Roshan Gaming. Good evening, Babita Brem. Good evening to all. Good evening, Shyam Vijayan. Good evening, Kirtana. Good evening, Manjula, Manchma Shetty. Good to hear. You too. Good evening, Michelle Mishra. Good evening, Prasad Manivannan. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Welcome to the day 5 session. Welcome all to the day 5 session of the AI-driven business masterclass. Yes, doctor. You will get the certificate if you attend all the days, and if you attend 24 days, I think 24 days. If you fill the form of the attendance, the minimum is the 24 days. If you got all those, and you can have the certificate. Nese Pranay Kumar, good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Good evening, AKM. Namaste. Good evening, Sejal Takere. Sejal Takare. Okay, good evening. No, there will be no sessions on Independence Day. No need to worry. And there will be no sessions on Sunday. Okay, so let's start, and let's get into today's topic. Okay, so yesterday we seen about the master lead, how to create it and why we want to create it, and what are all the things we need to have in it, and how to make use of it, all those things. And like I said yesterday, so we are going to use that particular data, master data, to in all other sources, in other application, in other tools, in other CRMs, anything. But we are gonna use that particular data. Okay, so today we are gonna see how to use that data or connect that data to other applications or other tools or other CRMs. So those are all the things we are gonna see, and what are the steps included, and lastly I'm gonna assign you the tasks for you to do those things. Okay, good evening, Professor. Good evening, Professor Bharat Raj Singh. Good evening. Okay, so first, the lead syncing strategy. So as I said now, so what are the strategies are there to sync our master lead data to other sources? Okay, so those are all the things we are going to see. So let's see what are the strategies there. So before that, our goal today, as I said earlier, to understand how the lead data flows. Okay, so how that lead data flows between form sheets, CRMs, dashboards, and campaign tools. So in the first session or the second session alone, I showcased you how the Zapier automation works and how the data is flowing through it. So we'll see it in a different manner, and learn manual, semi-automated and fully automated syncing methods. These are all the three methods in which we can sync the our master lead data. Okay, so the second thing, and the third thing, see real world examples using Google Sheets, Zapier, API and CRM. So as we seen in that day using this Zapier, I have just showcased something. So we will see the step-by-step manner of how to use this Zapier and connect all those applications. And lastly, be able to design a sync plan that fits your business size and budget. So that's what you are gonna do. So plan yourself, make yourself the likable business you want to do and create a plan out of it. Okay, so those are all the things. So this is our goal. So let's get into our topic. So what does lead sync mean? Okay, so what does lead sync mean? So lead syncing, okay, keeping the same data updated across multiple tools, okay, without having to copy paste manually. Okay, so as I said now, so that master data is the only single source of data we're going to use across all those applications. So that's why syncing is needed. Okay, so if data is gathered in a single place, it will automatically got synced to all other accommodates on any other application or any other tools. In whatever place we are using that same master data, that if something is updated in it, it will automatically updated in all other sources. Okay, so example I've given here, you capture a lead in a Google form, it appears instantly in Google Sheet. Okay, so it is the process where if someone is completing or filling the form of the Google form, it will automatically, the data will be updated in the Google Sheet, and that particular data which was updated in the Google Sheet will also get automatically updated in the CRM sheet. Okay, good evening Kamaraj Pandian Pound, good evening. Okay, so that's the thing where it will automatically get updated in this CRM, and the salesperson will get a notification that a new data is generated, a new lead is generated and getting updated in the all those systems. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, lastly, according to the data, the dashboard will get updated. Okay, the visualization of data is the dashboard. Okay, like all the people will know the example of a pie chart, the total number of people and how many are men and female, like that. The data of our lead will get updated, and it will also be showcased in the dashboard. Okay, so that is the visualization of our data. Good evening Jai Chitra Kannan, good evening Professor, good evening Doctor. Okay, so let's get into it. That is what lead syncing is. Okay, so why are we doing lead syncing? Okay, so as I said earlier, we need that so that in every platform, in across every platform, the same data will get updated instantly. So that's what I'm trying to show here. There will be no delays in lead follow-ups. Okay, so if a particular lead is getting updated in one place, it will automatically get updated in the other place also. Okay, so no delays in lead follow-ups. Speed, so speed equal to higher conversion. Okay, so if a lead is getting updated today, if it takes so much time that the updation across other platforms will take 3 to 4 days in the old manner, the conversion of the lead will get delayed, and the speed of the sales and the marketing will also get delayed. So that's why without the delay it will yield in many sectors. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So no delays and no duplicates. So if a data is getting generated and updated here, if the same data gets across another platform or another source, we can secure that no duplicate data will be allowed. Okay, so that's the second point, no duplicate in different systems. And the third thing, accurate dashboards for decision making. So if a particular lead is coming, it will automatically get displayed in the dashboard in our visualized board, so that we know how many data are gathering in the real time and we can make decision out of it. Okay, so that's the third thing. And automation ready workflows. Okay, so due to the secure of that particular data, we can automate our work. So it is the centralized source. So in all tools we use, in all automation process, there will be no problem in fetching the data and accessing a particular format. Okay, so in the automation in basically in the automation industry, if the data is in the first process, in the take the first trigger we used in the Zapier. In the first process we are using some data. and it has the name called job roles, and in something in the second it has different name. For the job roles, it just mentions role in the second source of the data. The computer will understand job role is a different different data, and the role section is a different data. Okay, that's why having a particular single master sheet or master lead data sheet will help us in the automation, and the workflow will be in a good manner. Okay, so that's the why we want to have the lead sync. Okay, so lead syncing methods, as we see in the goals, there are 3 methods. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, Nehalya. Good evening, Salikit, Ponamanda. Good evening to all. Krishvik, Mehan, the artist. Good evening, Jashwant. Good evening. Okay, so what are all the methods? So as we seen earlier, there are 3 methods. So first one is the manual sync. Okay, manual sync is nothing but we do it by physical manner, so not recommended for sailing. So big scaled businesses can't handle manual method. Okay, small part of a business can be handled in this manner, but when it comes to a big business, we have to go to a different method. So what is in this manual sync? Let's see. So the first thing, export CSV from one tool. Okay, so like that, for example, the Google Sheet. Okay, the data will be exported from the Google Sheet to another program. Like we can export the Google Sheet to to another program like Zapier or like any other tool or any other application. We have to manually export the data. Okay, so as an example, if you want to export a data from my Google Sheet, I have to do it manually. This is the manual process, you already know. So yeah, I have to get a data. If this is my master lead sheet, I have to gather this sheet. Okay, as you can see, I have updated the process of our master sheet. Here you can see the lead ID, which will generate automatically. It will generate automatically based on the data gathering session. Okay, so if a new data is gathered in this line, okay, it will automatically generated. The ID will automatically, lead ID will automatically generated. But here I just used a simple this simple logic or this simple function in the sheet, in the Google Sheet. So what will it do is, in this particular column, when the data is added, it will automatically generate a lead ID, that unique number based on this function. Okay, so from L09, and if a new data is added, it will get the ID as L0 L0010, and if a new data, it will get updated, so on and so on. Okay, so this is how a master data sheet should be. Okay, so that there will be no problem with the data manipulation or data errors like that. Okay, and the next thing, the name data, where a particular text can be written, and in the email, if here we just have to mention the data and go to the data validation, where we can set in the E2. Okay, let's just make it again. Go to data, select the column, C column, and get to the get to data validation. And is there a rule for a C? There is no C here, so let's add a rule here. We'll add a rule that only email can be written. Okay, how to do it? First, let's just took the first line, the first row, we don't need that, right? So we'll took it. So C1, we don't want C1, we'll just mention C2. From there on, the data will be entered, and it will only be emails. Okay, so we're gonna, in the criteria section, we're gonna mention that the data has to be email. Here you can see text is valid email. So that's the process. So if we do it, there they can only enter the input as email only, and as we know, that's all. So this is the data validation rule, as we seen yesterday. This is how we mention data validation rule, so that in that particular column, the data we want to be entered can only be entered, so that no manipulation or no different data or error can be done. So done. After clicking done, the rule will be applied. And if I want to enter some data, it will not take the data, it will mark it as red, so it is not an invalid input. Okay, so it has to be a data, a mail id. Okay, it has to be a data. So now you can see it will say it as an it is a correct data. Here you can see it doesn't come as an invalid data. As you can see here, it didn't mention as it's an invalid data. This data has been inputted. Okay, so there is no problem here. But if we try to input any non-regular data, it will showcase this as an invalid data, so that we can easily identify it. And same process has to be done to all those columns. D column will set it as for the D column we'll add a new rule where we say it has to be number only. Okay, here we just say from the start, from second line, and it has to be number. Okay, we'll just mention as numbers, we'll input the values as numbers. Okay, so from that, and if you make done, here you can only input the numbers. Okay, and when it comes to the job role, I've already done it. Here E section, here I've created a data validation where from the input you can only select these options: sales intern, marketing analyst, growth manager, HR recruiter. This is the criteria drop down where when I click it, I can select these options from the listed out option. I can't select any other. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so that's all. That's the data validation for the E, and for the F and the G I have mentioned all those things. Okay, so here you have to mention what are all the things you need. Okay, so this is how a master data sheet sheet should be. So the elements which the lead has to access or input has to be in this format, so that we can use this data all across other applications. Okay, so for the departments, I've gathered growth, marketing, sales and HR. And for the sources, Instagram, LinkedIn, webinar referrals, Google ads. We can also add a Facebook ads. We can add another item as Facebook ads. Okay, done. And there are okay, apply to all, and it will be applicable to it, so that we can have it. And what are all the things? Interest area, I have done it. Okay, and the status, you can see there is new, contacted, follow up and converted, and it has been given as certain color. A new data, is it a new data or a contacted one, or is it converted, or is it in a follow up, is again coming to our product, like that in the I section. So in the data validation, you can see I have created this rule where it will be a drop down and given color in this area. You can give the color. Okay, so this is how we can create the master data sheet. And here you can enter our employees names according to it, and it can be known who is assigned, this lead is assigned to whom, we can say it. And when it comes to the region, we can assign here as an example, I've given the reason as north, south, east, west. But if we come if we go to state wise or any other department wise, we can also use those. Okay, and date added, last updated, notes and the synced. Okay, so here the true, I have used another application to sync this to the data. We'll see it later. Okay, so that's how I did it. So this is how the master data should be. So here if we want to manual sync, here we want to export this data. Okay, so here we want to export this data so that it can be used in another tool or another file. So that's what I'm trying to say here. This is the first one of the syncing method, manual sync. Okay, so works for small low volume businesses, as I said earlier, and high risk of duplicates and delays. Okay, so here the duplicate data can be inputted, so that it will create a problem, and the delays in the process of the conversion to sales and will be happen. Okay, so that's the pros and cons of the manual sync. And let's get into the next one. Good evening, Subramaniam Konishetty. Good evening, Valarmadi. Doctor. Good evening, doctor. So semi-automated sync, that's the second thing, where good evening Deepak Kaikwa. Good evening. Okay, so here the semi-automated sync. So this is the second type, where all the process will not be manual like the first one. Here some process will be manual and some process will be done by the tools. So that's why it's semi-automated sync. Okay, so first point, use Google Sheet as a middle layer. As I shown now, the Google Sheet will be the data center. So any leads will be gathered there, and the process will be done based on the Google Sheet. Okay, so the example will be, as I showed now, the Google Sheet will be our data center, and I'll even show it in the Zapier, where we'll use the Google Sheet as the data center and do all those things. Okay, and the second point, where capture data via Google Form, Typeform or Facebook lead ads sent to Google Sheet. Okay, so that's the second point, where that process has to be done after it is an automation process, where if you set the Google Form or the Typeform to send the data to the Google Sheet, it will automatically happen. Okay, so and the third one here, the third point, weekly or daily import to CRM. That's the manual thing that we want to do in the semi-automated sync, where we have to do the sync, do the import in a time manner, in a weekly manner or a daily manner. We have to do it manually. That's why it is a semi-automated sync. Okay, and example flow I have given here. Will someone will if I fill a form, that data will get to the Google Sheet, and it has to be exported to the in a CSV format or any other format to the our application. It can be any CRM application. I just given an example for HubSpot input. Okay, we'll use the HubSpot application today to see how those things works. So next, the third one, which will be a totally automated. Okay, so that's the third sync method, fully automated sync, best for scaling means large industry or large business model. So first thing, use Zapier or Merck Integromat, which is the application. Zapier I already showcased you today. Also we'll try to make use of it. And a no code automation tool, it is a no code automation tool where we don't need any codes. Okay, so when we use the Google Sheet, we can also use the, if you are a developer or if you are in hand of a developer, you are having a developer, you can use him to program the data to based on your interests. Okay, I'll also show it to you how to do that. So here let's just finish these 3 points, where in the fully automated sync we'll use the application Zapier or Make, which will be a node code automated tools. There will be no need for code knowledge. And the second one, native CRM integrations, where the CRM will have all the built-in functions. Okay, as is shown here, many CRMs have built-in connectors for Facebook ads, LinkedIn lead gen, etc., or Instagram ads, or any other social media data. Okay, so it is free of cost. It is that applications or that particular module or particular have function is built in all those CRM applications. Okay, so we'll use in the HubSpot. There are also Facebook ads. There is directly we can connect the Facebook ads. That leads will be directly the data will be directly sent to the applications. Okay, so that's the second thing. And the custom API scripts, that's the one I'm trying to show here, where if you are in hand of a developer, or you are in you have the knowledge of coding, you can use these scripts, JavaScript or any other data to you use that coding knowledge to script your function, so that your master data can also be in a particular format, and the process can also be derived in the script. Okay, I'll also show you a script where it is in a dependency. Okay, so that's the third point, where for complex high volume or on-premise system we can use the custom API script, where if this happens, do this like that, a particular function we can define there. Okay. Manjuma Shetty, thank you. Okay, I'll send the attendance soon, don't worry, Shaliket. Okay, so common sync scenarios. So the common sync scenarios will be in what are all the places will sync. Let's just go through it in a fast manner. So scenario, first already we used from form to CRM. As an example, we will use the Google form. To Zapier will be the center process, and HubSpot we'll use the HubSpot to as the CRM. Okay, form to CRM. Example, new form will be submitted and the data will be create a contact in the CRM. I already shown how the contact is created in the HubSpot. I'll today also show you. And the second one, where the ads to CRM. As I said earlier, the CRM has the Facebook lead ads, right? That has the ability. So from straight to the ads, they can connect, the data can directly connect to the customer relationship management application, CRM. So tools, Facebook lead ads, make the ad will be connected to the make application, and make will send to the Zoho CRM or any other CRM. Okay, and example flow, new FB lead, new personal is touching our ad and importing their information, and add to Zoho and notify sales. Our sales team or sales personnel will be notified that new data is gathered. And the CRM to dashboard, which will be the CRM will have all those data regarding our leads, and it will be visualized in the same application or any other different application. So that's the CRM to dashboard. Okay, so here we'll use the leads data to generate the dashboard, where we can see how many personals are there, and we can separate all those data and visualize the data to see how many personals bought a product, or how many personals are new ones, how many personals are converted, all those things we can visualize that. Okay, so that's what are all the tools: HubSpot, Zapier, Airtable, all those tools. And the example flow will be CRM update, which will update the data, and it will showcase in the dashboard. Okay, we can also do it in the same application or different application, which will be Airtable dashboard. Okay, and a sheet to email tool, where the data in the sheet will be sent to the email tools. As an example, Google Sheet will send to the Zapier, will connect the Google Sheet and the MailChimp application, which will send the mails to all our consumers. Okay, and the lastly new row, which will be the data and add subscribers to email list, so that if we produce a new thing, all the data will be sent to the email ID. Okay, and lastly multi-tool sync, where we'll sync all those tools in a particular application. We already used the Zapier, we can also use the HubSpot, where Typeform and connect the Google Sheet to it, and HubSpot plus Slack. So Slack, what will do is, it is a notification application, or like Microsoft Teams, you can say it like that. So it will input the messages in the automation. Okay, so it can be used in the automation workflow. Soon there will be the attendance. Okay, and lastly lead captured. Okay, so the example flow, lead will be imported, and sheet will get updated, and CRM contact and a team alert. Okay, so the CRM data contact sheet will be updated, and the alert will be sent to the personals. Okay, attendance. Okay, just give me a few minutes, I'll know to put the attendance. The attendance will be there shortly. Okay, so here I'm going to showcase you an example. So let's do it. So here I'm gonna create a workflow using all those applications. So we are gonna connect the master sheet to all those applications. So we're gonna create the, let's take it, Google Sheet to HubSpot via Zapier. Okay, so we'll use the Zapier application. Open the Zapier application. You also do it your time. So let's create a Zap. Okay, so create Zap. So Zap is gonna be our space where we'll create all those automations. Okay, so this is our page. So I'm gonna create here. So as you can see, the first triggers gonna be here, where we have to select the just give me a second. Okay, so here we are going to create the our automation. Okay, so let's create our automation. Okay, so let's get into it. So first what we are going to do is we are going to get the Google Sheet. So the first trigger or the first process is going to be getting our data. So I'm going to gather the master data. I'm going to select the master data, and that's going to be new spreadsheet row. So that's the first thing, adding our data. Okay, thank you. So first let's select our Google Sheet. So here you can see the Google Sheet has been accepted. Okay, and this is the application. Okay, I have selected the Google Sheet, and the trigger event is gonna be a new spreadsheet row. So that's the first thing you can see here, new spreadsheet row. Okay, and if the trigger is gonna be in that Google Sheet, if a new row is added, do this like that. Okay, so I have added here, and this is my account. So continue. So here we are gonna select the spreadsheet. Okay, thank you Manjula, thank you Asaki. So here this is my master lead sheet, as I shown you earlier. So this is my master lead sheet I've selected here. So all the elements in the master lead sheet can be accessed. Worksheet, so that's the first one. Continue, and it has been connected. So I'm testing if the process is working correctly, and you can see the process is getting worked. Okay, so the first process of selecting our Google Sheet data, our master data, has been completed. So the first action is gonna be, we're gonna connect the HubSpot application and create a contact there. Okay, so let me showcase you the HubSpot application. So this is the HubSpot application, customer relationship management application. We can do all those things here, have our datas, and use those datas to make use of all those customer datas. Okay, so here you can see the contact which we are gonna create in the automation. this data is already I've done this data. This is the data which has been transferred from the CRM. Okay, this is a new lead and the email ID of him and the created time, date, all those details about the personnel will be transferred here. So let's also transfer that particular data again. So in that second process, so what we are gonna do in the second thing here, HubSpot CRM, we have to select the HubSpot CRM as an application. So I have created the HubSpot CRM, so I have to choose action event. So here I'm going to create a contact, so which will be the data which has been generated or gathered in the Google Sheet. Our master data will be sent to the HubSpot. Okay, so there will be no if a multiple data is gathered, there will be no duplicate data. So I'm gonna create a contact in the HubSpot. So this is I already logged into my HubSpot account. You can also log in and create it, and here only you have to select all those data. Okay, what are all the datas that are available in our sheet? That is name, email, phone, role, source. These are all the things that is available. Thank you. So here new spreadsheet row. Okay, here we have all those data. Second thing is gonna be the HubSpot application. In the HubSpot application, we have to do the create a contact. I'm creating a contact. And here we have to import all those data based on it. So what are all the data we have available based on the, here we have taken this data. So let's see, he has a lead ID, name, and phone number, role, department, source, all those things, name, gender, name, mail, lead status, phone number. Okay, so let's give the data. Let's connect the data to the from the Google Sheet to the HubSpot. Okay, so let's connect all those data. Thank you. So let's first connect the name. Where is his name? We have the email ID. Let's first connect the email ID. We connected the email ID, and let's connect the first name. Is it name or first name? Let's just give the name to first name. Okay, connected the name and the email ID. Gender, it's the data for gender. For now, let's give the gender. We'll remove the gender. Okay, okay. Here you can see, you can add all those details, contact information, phone number. We'll connect the phone number. Okay, any other data. Attendance is already in the pinned command, Vishal. Okay, so what are all the data we connected? We given phone number, we've given we've given the name, mail, phone number. Any other data? We given, let's set the lead status. Let's see if there is lead status here. Facebook contact add. Okay, so these are all the data we've given here. So we've given the name of the personal, the mail ID of the personal, and the phone number of the personal, and we can also add what are all the data we want. I've just for an example I've given these 3 data. Okay, so continue. So it will get connected for a test only. So after that it will get automated, so that if you connect these things, every data will be transferred in the particular manner. So for example, I've just given these 3 data. Okay, so that it has been connected, and you can see here this data, the 4th rows data, Arjun Reddy, the mail, this, and the phone number will get transferred to the HubSpot. If you load it, you can see the data has been transferred from the sheet to the CRM, HubSpot CRM. Okay, so this is how our master lead data will get transferred. Okay, but here I just showcased you as a test. It is I just test it, but if I publish it, it will automatically do the process. It will the automation will start when someone enter or fill a form. Here just showcase you, if a Google form has been filled here. Okay, so if something in the process, if here the data has been sent from the HubSpot application, from the Google sheet, but if you select Google form as the first trigger, the data which was gathered from the Google form will send to the Google sheet as our center source of our master lead sheet, and it will be transferred to the HubSpot application for the CRM and control of and manipulation of the data, and creating a dashboard and see how the sales and marketing is going. Okay, so that's how the data syncing works. Okay, so here I have done it as an test. When we do the project for the 6th and 7th day, we'll do it as an automation. Okay, so this is how we transfer these or sync the data. Okay, I've done the first action step. So next thing, Slack. So we are gonna select the Slack application to send the notification that a particular data has been sent. So that's how a new lead has been generated through the connection or through the ads, whatever. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's select the Slack application. So this is the Slack application. This is the application I shared earlier. I've created my Slack using my company. So here you can see a new lead has been generated. The message has been sent. How it is sent is it's the thing which I try to do earlier. Let's create something here. Here I have shown you. The message will be sent to the main channel or a group or a particular personal. If he if he select here that it has to be sent to a particular personal, here I'm gonna select as an channel message. So it will send to the channel. Here we'll select the send channel message. Okay, I've selected the send channel message, and we'll use this new job role as the data. Here we'll select our Pantech channel, and here we'll input our data. Okay, so the contact. So here the last thing is our contact Arjun is the new lead, right? So we'll see new. We'll input new lead, the name of the personal, which is going to be the Arjun. I have selected here the data from the HubSpot, and what are all the things. We'll also connect his email. His email is gonna be, and the data gathered from that. Okay, so this is the thing which will be that the message. This is gonna be the message sent in the group. Okay, let me test if the message is getting transferred. What is Slack used for? Slack is the notification application or messaging application, anything like that. It is one of the application which is available for the automation. It is one of the automation tool where we will use it to send notification. Okay, I have created a account there, so that I'm using it, but you can use any other application. If you select it, there are so more or 7,000 applications here. You don't personally use this Slack application, but it is compatible in all these. Here you can see another message has been generated that a new lead Arjun Reddy, his email ID has been generated. So this is the how the notification will be sent in this trigger manner or the Zapier automation. Okay, so this is how the automation works. Okay, are you clear, doctor? So that how the Slack application works, or tell me so that I can explain once again. Okay, so the third action after sending the message, we are gonna update in the Google sheet that a particular you can see there is a sync field here. Okay, so this is the one I've already tried. So here what I'm gonna do is a message will get sent here. It will get updated that this particular data got synced to the control, customer relationship management application. It got synced. So that's what it's trying to show here. So if it is true, it got synced. If it is a blank, it is not synced. So that's how we're gonna showcase it. So we're gonna select the again select the Google Sheet, and we select our update spreadsheet row. So we are going to update that particular element, right? So spreadsheet, our master spreadsheet, and the worksheet is going to be the sheet 1, and that row, particular row, going to be what is that particular row? This is going to be the third row, right? This is third row, or fourth row is going to be, and we're going to select the fourth row and select continue. We don't need any other data. Okay, and wait a second. In that fourth row, particular row, we're gonna, in that sync, we're gonna tell, or we're gonna select from the we'll select from the Slack bot will send the message that the data has been sent. So okay, true, will update the field in the our master data. Okay, so I've been testing it here, so that after the Slack message sent to the particular personnel or sales personnel, the Google Sheet will get updated that it also got synced. Okay, so it got updated. Let's check. Okay, here you can see it got updated that the data is synced. Okay, so that's how the automation works. So we've seen all those actions to set an automation work. So this is how we'll automate all our tasks. So this is an simple automation. We'll do more. So API based syncing. So what is API based syncing? As I said earlier, these are all the things we done with using the tools, right? So after that, if you have knowledge of the coding or any other thing, you can use the coding knowledge to directly set instruction to how the data works, or how the flow works of the automation. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to try here. So if you have a developer or a app similar to WhatsApp, okay, yeah, you can say that, but it is mostly we can easily compare it to the Microsoft Teams app. The UI and UX is also similar to the Teams app, but you can also say it is similar to the WhatsApp also. Okay, we can send messages and all those things. Okay, but I don't think we can connect the WhatsApp in the automation. I don't think we can connect the yeah, I don't think we can connect yeah, here we can. Okay, sure. What I'm trying to share here. Okay, so this is what I'm here, so that if you have no developer knowledge or development in hand, you can use that to using the APIs to control all those things. And that's what I'm trying to show here. Using if you are using HubSpot, you can use the HubSpot API, or using cloud Google services, you can use the cloud Google and create an account there to process all those things. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to show here. And as an example, you can use the Node.js script application, that module or package to program or function whatever things you want, whatever function you need the data or the process to do. And you can check all those, or update or export the things every 5 minutes using the AWS Lambda or Google Cloud functions. Okay, so let me just showcase you an example of the data here for the API syncing. Let me just showcase you. here this is our Google Cloud console. Okay, so here if you here you can see API and services. Okay, so here if I want to program or create using code using JavaScript, all those things, here I have to select a particular application. So if I want to do API connection in the Google Sheet, so that I can use it as an base, I have to enable that API service here. So let's just see. Google Sheet API, and you have to select that particular, enable that particular API. Okay, so if we enable it, we can make use of that application. Okay, so let me just showcase you after it got enabled. So here that application got enabled, right? Okay, so then we'll go to our particular application and select our desired Google Sheet. Okay, I'm selecting the master lead sheet, and here what we will do is in that here if you want to connect the API, here as I said earlier, I used a particular formula. Okay, if we were this is easily manipulated or easily crackable, but if you don't want to it has to be dependable, use the extension and app script. So here on this is how we're gonna script our code or any other thing if you are in the knowledge of it. So this is the code I have written here, which will fetch our data or connect our application. Here you can see the execution is started and the execution is completed. And if I input the code here, let me just showcase you. So this is the code. Here what is this code is doing is it creating a particular element for every every lead generated. Okay, so if a new data is gathered in this sheet, the ID will be automatically generated based on their number. Okay, so that's how this code is gonna work. Okay, so if I run it, you can see that's how my function, let me just showcase you. Okay, so this is how it's gonna work, so that after particular code can be used there. If we script whatever we want there, that will be applicable to this particular application. Okay, so nothing but that will be our control panel. So whatever things we change there or try to make use of it there, that can be applicable to that Google Sheet. Okay, so if I construct that rules to how this particular master sheet should be, that will be applicable to it, so that no one can change it. It will be a dependable format. And if you ask me, is Google Sheet is the only application we can use in this format? No, in every application we can use that in that format. So if you have that coding knowledge, or if you have any developer, we can make use of it. And if you don't, we will also try to use some basic knowledge codes and try to change all those application details. So create lock all those applications, so that if a data is gathered there, nobody can change that particular elements. Okay, so here you can see that particular code has been run and completely executed. And if you see to it here, if a new data is generated here, it will automatically generate a new ID based on the code. Okay, so based on the code, new ID will be generated. Okay, and it will also updated. Here I have given a code which will automatically update the date added and the last updated if someone change that particular data. Okay, so that's how the API script works. Okay, so this is the how the API script works. Okay, so this is how API based syncing works. Okay, so best practices for lead syncing. As I said earlier, have a particular master source and unique IDs. Log every sync has to be done, and test before automating. Before automating, I will test it here. So you also test and use filters. So is it a new data, or is it a new lead or converted lead, like that, and have a fallback. Okay, so if the automation fails, have a copy of it so that we can make changes. Okay, and that's all. So can Airtable be used like Google Sheet to enter data and for visualization? Yes, Airtable can be used like that. There we can enter the data and have all those particular elements within the Airtable. Okay, but I don't the connection of the automation process of other tools to connecting to Airtable will be in a tough manner, but if you use other tools it will be easy. But the doubt where Airtable can be used same as the Google Sheet, the data can be entered, but there will be not many options compared to the Google Sheet. When it comes to the Google Sheet, you can see there are more options where we can edit all those datas and make use of it. So assignment for you: create your own lead flow diagram, how that lead has to be and how to make use of all those application. So what I'm shown here: create your own automation using all those application. First create the accounts in all the application, and then connect it in the Zapier and make use of how the automation works and how to run the data, sync the data within those applications. Okay, so this is your task, try to do it. Okay, thank you. So today we seen how to how those syncing works and how to build a automation in Zapier and make our same. So we'll make use of it, and how to keep the data clean and consistent across platforms, and the plan for scaling with the API and the multi-step workflows. Okay, how that we can use the application protocol interface, that means the API which we used here, how to use that coding platform to set the application we use. So if we use any tools and we need a particular change in those tools, we can also make change in that tool, and don't need to worry about that. So that's all for today. So thank you everyone. So if you have any doubt, ask me, and please try to do your talks, try to create an automation, and if you have any doubts, contact me. Okay, sure. Thank you everyone. If you have any doubts, ask me, or else you can leave. Thank you. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Thank you, Manjuma Shetty. API is application protocol interface or programming. API is the what should I say? It's a concept which is the application protocol interface. It is application protocol interface. The programming is the tool or the language we use to command it. Okay, so make it as a API as a person, take a API as a person, and programming is the language to instruct it. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you.